Production support for award-winning News 6 has come from Whirlpool Corporation's Finley Division, working to make your life a little easier. Additional support has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and from this public television station.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardick and I'm from St. John Lutheran School, Defiance, Ohio. Today on News 6, we'll ride the miniature rails, learn about the history of Fort Defiance, and find out how sun catchers are made.
Welcome to News 6. I'm Ashley Boyce from St. John Lutheran School in Defiance, Ohio. Here with our first story is Kelly Pullman.
Model trains are a hobby that many enjoy. Some become so involved that they build elaborate layouts for their trains. We talked with a member of the Defiance Modular Railroads Club to find out what it is that makes this hobby so special.
Mr. Hanna, how did you get involved with the Defiance Modular Railroaders Club?
Well, about 9 years ago, there was a National Model Railroader Convention in Dearborn, Michigan, and a group of model railroaders from Defiance went up, and we saw model railroads like this one. And they had some beautiful layouts, and we thought we'd try our hand at it. So we came back, took about a year to design it, and then started building it.
Could you tell us a little bit about this particular train setup?
Certainly. Every member of our club builds a section which we call a module. And then when we all get together and put our modules together, we end up with a layout that's much bigger than any one person could have made himself, and is much more detailed. Like this particular one here has an operating coal dumper. It dumps coal out of the hopper cars down into the barge. It's one of the favorite ones that we like to take along when we do a show in the mall, because it has a lot of attention-grabbing capabilities, and people come up and they love to watch it.
Thank you, Mr. Hanna, for telling us about the Defiance Modular Railroaders Club.
Today's show is being produced by Miss Janine Benz, 6th grade class at St. John Lutheran School. Defiance is located about 50 miles southwest of Toledo. The city was incorporated in 1836. The current population is about 17,200.
Fort Defiance plays an important part in our city's history. We visited the Ohio Anna Room of the Defiance Public Library to learn how.
Mrs. Little, how did Fort Defiance get its name?
It got its name from Anthony Wayne and General Scott. They had come up the Auglaize River originally from the Ohio River, and they decided they were going to build a fort here at Defiance. And he was finished with his, he came here in August of 1794. They built the fort, and then he said, "I defy the English and the Indians and the devils to take this fort." So General Scott said, "Why don't you call it Fort Defiance?" And that's what they did at that time. Later, the name of fort was dropped, and we just call it Defiance now.
What artifacts have been discovered on the grounds?
A lot of things, including Indian bones. There's muskets. There's the stem of a wine glass. There's even beads and many Indian relics. We don't have a lot of the Indian things here because some of them haven't been cataloged, but we do have a display.
Was there anything interesting when Anthony Wayne came?
Yes, a rather unusual thing. When the French were here, they had sent the Jesuits to Christianize the Indians. And so one of the things they had done was plant apple trees. And right across from where Anthony Wayne built his fort, there was an apple tree that survived. We do not have the tree now. It was blown down in a windstorm in 1887. And in Pontiac Park, which is across the Maumee River, you will find a reddish-brown cement which was the size of the stump, and there's a stone on top. In the Ohioana room of the Defiance Public Library, on the wall, we have a display of items that were carved by a man that lived a little ways from the library. And we also have a piece of the original wood from the apple tree.
Stained glass has been used to add beauty to windows, lamps, and many other things. We met a man who showed us how he uses stained glass to make beautiful sun catchers to hang in your window and chase away the winter blues.
Mr. Moninger, how did you start in the stained glass business?
Well, as I say, it's about 8 or 9 years or so ago when I had back surgery at Cleveland Clinic. And as a result of that, I had to have something for recuperation. And it was also therapy. So I went out and I got me a lampshade kit and put it together. And that's what started me on this. After that, I got into taking different patterns of sun catchers. And before long, you can see I got pretty well involved.
Can you demonstrate how you make a stained glass piece?
Sure. First of all, I've got 2 notebooks that are full of patterns, you understand, like this. And I take these patterns and I put them on this, what we call a cutting board here. And then I take and put this glass over it that you can see. I'm going to cut out a piece of glass here. And I take this and I try to break that glass out of there. Now after I got this glass broke off, then I put it over on the grinder and I smooth off the edges. And that keeps me from cutting my fingers too. You see, that's got this lead cane. They call this lead cane, Aaron, that you wrap around the edge. And then whenever they come together with a joint, you solder it. Good. Now that gives you an idea. Once you have established a pattern, you can make any kind of color combinations that an iris comes in. And
That's all for this week's show. Join us next time when News 6 travels to Lipsick, Ohio.
Production support for award-winning News 6 has come from Whirlpool Corporation's Finley Division, working to make your life a little easier. Additional support has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and from this public television station.